All right, we are talking about our top 5 TCR tracks that we've done in iRacing. In order to be on this list, it needs to have been in the Touring Car Challenge this last season or the Touring Car Challenge the season before. These are my opinions. If you disagree with me, there's a comment section down below. Feel free to let me know what you think and why I'm wrong. To start things out with number 5, I am going to go with Tsukuba as the 5th best track for the TCR in iRacing. I think it's super fun as far as the track goes. The main issue I have with it is that the races at the start, at least the ones I experienced, were pretty rough in the first couple corners there. It was hard to get a good race going, getting clean out the gate. But after that, usually we had a pretty good time in that car, in that track. Number 4 is going to be Brands Hatch. Main reason this isn't higher up on the list is there are a couple corners that will catch you out from time to time. Mostly I'm thinking there's that the second corner after the downhill that you crest, and then there's just, you can't really see, and if you forget about it, forget about it. And then there's another corner that's kind of blind further back in the track that can sometimes catch you out, but otherwise it is usually a blast to run. Number 3 is going to be Watkins Glen. This is one of my favorite tracks overall in iRacing. It's just a super simple, like it's easy to get your head wrapped around it, but you do have to be on the ball in order to get the best times out of it. We did run 2 different two different layouts. The shorter layout, I'm gonna say, to me, was a little bit better than the full boot layout. The bus stop is super fun to run through in this car. The boot section is fun, but it just made it a little harder for me to be consistent around that track. Number 2 is gonna be Lime Rock Park. Lime Rock is just one of those tracks that's a good learning track. I think this is a good learning car, and of the 2 layouts that we did, I prefer the Grand Prix layout with the chicane going up the hill versus the classic layout. I got more consistent with the classic layout, but I think that the Grand Prix layout with that chicane gives it a little bit more flavor, and it's a good solid track that I had some fun racing on. Number 1, and our best track for TCR racing in the last 2 seasons of iRacing, is going to be Summit Point for me. I did not like this track before we did it in the TCRs. I thought it was way too bumpy. Whenever I did it in the Mazdas, I felt like the car was just going to hit a bump and go flying off the track. But with the TCRs, I kind of got it. I got this track. I kind of understood what it was about, and while there's not a ton of, I think, room to pass folks, it just, once you figure out kind of the tighter section in the back, I think it's just a blast to drive around. I don't know that I have better words to put into it other than it is super fun for me once I figured it out. The hardest part, I think, is figuring out that first corner. It's a tight corner, but yeah, that's my number 1 track for TCRs and iRacing. Like I said earlier, head down to the comments below and tell me why I'm wrong or why I'm right and a super genius when it comes to these things. And then make sure you hit the subscribe button for future videos. Head on over to twitch.tv/the Piltdown Man to watch along live. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye, folks.